Looking at acquisition recommendations, don't spend the contract forward. This issue debuts the new material for mousse pushcards across the entire internet. What I received were samples made of blood phlegm and white jade material. What highlights does it have? Let's unravel the secrets together. Compared to Tabi, the volume of the mousse is roughly equivalent to the Pro Max version. This is a good choice for players who have big opponents and prefer long formations. About 40 grams of white jade stone. It is a new material made by mixing stone powder and tree branches. It looks like it has a marble-like texture to the touch. The original factory uses a stainless steel midplate, giving it a fresh and elegant look. The blood and phlegm weigh about 28 grams. The color is smoky red. Paired with brass midplate, it appears rustic and restrained. They have 4 grooves on the front to provide points of force. The back features the Ink brand logo factory configured with 16 dense touch-to-touch settings. When pushed open, the Teflon central pillar is not exposed. At a low price, the main body is made of magnetic material. You can remove and unscrew the 2 wire position screws by hand to see the entire structure. The upper body is inlaid with copper to prevent slipping, and the middle plate pearl grass track spacing is relatively large. So fast and slow push, almost no particular section. Here's the key point. Many reviewers say it's a treble and bass scale. I think this statement is incorrect, a mechanical push and discharge that is not rigorous. The reason it rings is because Tang Lang is pressing the bead against the bead track. Grandeur occurs due to vibration. If you want to achieve high and low pitches, just install 2 holes in different materials for the grand design. Or you can create a green hole with different lengths and thicknesses. Mechanical push and row machines like Shangshang Jian can also be used. But why does the mousse pushi suddenly create the illusion of high and low scales? Listen carefully first. When pushing slowly, it streaks out and pauses for a moment. So when pushing fast, the final intervals in the staring sound appear staggered and orderly. This creates the illusion of high and low pitches. From the structure, you can also see the spacing between the 2 bead slots is slightly shorter than that between the 2 spring holes. When one of the beads hits the bead groove and produces a nailed sound, the other bead hits the transition track between the 2 bead slots. Although this impact doesn't make a nailing sound, it does provide tactile feedback. So when all 4 slots are fully filled, it feels densely packed. Installing only 2 holes on one side also gives a dense feel. But the feedback strength is half. If you install 2 diagonal holes, that's the tactile feel of the segment. If you install 2 diagonal holes, it also feels like a segment tactile effect. However, when pushing to the end, there is a slightly noticeable end impact. This end impact does not come from beads hitting the bead slot. Instead, it was Teflon central post hitting the middle plate. Additionally, the accessory pack contains 2 large and 2 small balls, 4 balls and 8 balls. You can choose any 2 screws and place them on the positioning screw to the end. There will be a sense of attachment from 8 balls. However, because the magnets at the 2 ends on the main body have very weak magnetic force, 4 fiber position magnets also interfere with the magnetic field lines of the 8 balls. So the feedback for this gameplay is very weak. Finally, a note about the high-end version of the Teflon sticker: the equipment is very neat. Unlike the samples, the original factory comes with gold-plated springs, which provide better sound feedback. The packaging will also be replaced from the existing 3-way box to leather packaging, offering a better texture. Alright, that's all for this video. If you like my review, please press and hold to like, and share, follow me and join our fan group. You can learn more hardcore tips, learn more about new product launches. If you're willing to recommend it, don't waste money. See you next time.